Hi everyone. Today we're going to be talking about one of nature's most mysterious and elusive species, the American eel. We will be focusing on conservation challenges they face, what is being done, and how you can help. But first, let's talk about what an eel is versus what an eel isn't.
In Lake Champlain, there are two species that may appear very similar, but in actuality are very different. We are referring to the sea lamprey and the American eel. The American eel is a native species that is important to Lake Champlain and its ecosystem, while the sea lamprey is an invasive species that harms native species such as lake trout. The main ways to tell these species apart is by their fins, mouth, and size. American eels are larger and have two pectoral fins near the head, one on either side of their body, while sea lamprey are smaller, do not have pectoral fins, and have a disc-shaped mouth used for latching onto predators, while eels do not have this feature.
Now that we know what eels are, why should we care about them? Well, first off, many creatures rely on the American eel in order to survive. A study along the Hudson River, conducted by a team led by Craig Thompson, found that bald eagles in tidal zones rely on eels for around 20% of their diet. Therefore, without eels, there would be far less bald eagles. In addition to this, freshwater mussels also rely on eels. As eels migrate up and down streams, they carry mussels with them, which helps mussels spread throughout the entire river. Mussels filtered out toxins from the river, meaning mussels are incredibly important for healthy water ecosystems. Historically, indigenous people relied heavily on eels. Many tribes would migrate to streams and rivers during eel migration season in order to harvest the abundant food. The eel was so significant to the Micmac tribe that their first and last meals, before returning to the spirit world, were eel. According to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, eels used to make up 25% of all freshwater fish. 25%! Now, American eels are considered endangered by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. The Upper St. Lawrence River in Great Lakes in Canada has declined by over 99%, according to Fisheries and Oceans Canada.
American eels face two big problems. The first is overfishing. While eel isn't exactly a common meal in the US, many Southeast Asian countries view eel as a delicacy. Eels won't reproduce in captivity, so it's impossible to farm eels. Instead, young wild eels need to be caught and shipped around the world. With such high demand, wild eel populations are often overfished. While there are laws protecting eels in US and Canadian waterways, eels are often collected illegally. The other big problem are dams. When we dam up a river, we block migration upstream. Imagine you're going for a hike. It's a beautiful day, the trail is wide and clear, but right before you can reach the top of the mountain, the trail ends. There's a big wall laid right over the top of your trail. All your hard work trying to climb the mountain was for nothing. This is what happens when eels meet a dam. Eels either can't make it up the giant dam or get chopped up trying.
But there is still hope for our eel friends. Anyone can help eels. In the video, you can see me and Dr. Rose Stewart releasing eels that we are using for research purposes to learn more about them in Lake Champlain. Also, many states have set up programs to help reestablish eels in rivers along the east coast of the US. As you can see in this picture, volunteers with the Hudson River Estuarine Project are helping eels and helping scientists gather important data to learn more about them. Also, if you don't want to get your hands dirty, you can still help by petitioning your state and local government officials to help provide more protection for eels, such as putting them under the U.S. Endangered Species Act and removing dams and setting up eel ladders so eels can move to more areas and migrate to more areas of their habitat. Even just telling your friends about eels can help.
In summary, we want eels, we need eels, we care about eels. If we don't want these incredible fish to disappear forever, we need to act now. To help, reach out to local nonprofits and wildlife fishing game services or petition your local representatives. Eels can make a comeback, but they need our help.